Hey, what's going on, Surfers? It's Chimney Stuff here, and welcome back to another Elder Scrolls Online video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys a guide, basically, on how the new Witches Festival event works in ESO. It just started yesterday, and it runs through the end of this month. I believe it ends on November 1st, and there's a lot of really cool things you can get from it. But I was streaming yesterday, and a lot of people were asking me while I was streaming, and had some questions based around how to get the Witches Festival started. And so I want to talk to you guys about those today and show you some of the loot that you can get. So let's begin. The first thing you're going to do when starting the Witches Festival, and this is the first ever actual holiday event that they've done in this game, so it's a lot of fun, and I think they're going to be doing another one for New Year's. But basically what you want to do is you want to press, if you're on PC or Mac, you want to press whatever button brings up your crown store. So for me, it's comma. I can't think today. What you want to do is you're gonna, here on the featured tab, you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna get this free item here called the crow collar. This crow collar is basically a whistle, and when you get it, it's going to go into your inventory. Now, I've already done the quest. I've already done a lot of, you know, grinding and for the new stuff in this event. So what happens is once you've done the quest once, it's basically account wide, so like I can't go through it again essentially, but I can talk to you guys and show you how it works. So once you get your crow collar, it'll go into your inventory and you're gonna use that. Once you use the crow collar, it will bring up, it'll summon this witch lady named Olive. She lives here, and I'll talk about this in a minute. So it brings up this lady named Olive. She tells you to go on this quest and says that she needs 3 things in order to create or finish her witch's brew. So 2 of those things, one of them is a pumpkin, and did that cat just come out that door? Okay, the person didn't load in. It looked like someone's pet just walked through the door. That was really creepy. So the first thing you need is a pumpkin. The second thing you're gonna need is guts. And the third thing you need is, I think, like essence of death, I think is what it was called. So I want to talk to you guys very quickly about how to get these first 2 items, and then I'll talk to you about getting the essence of death, because a lot of people were asking me, Jim, how do I get a pumpkin? Where do I go to get a pumpkin? Or where do I get guts? So first of all, this location is Olive's brewery. These are this is where this witch lady lives. For some reason, now that I've done the quest, I can't go back inside here, which is a bit of a bummer. I'd love to go and access this whenever, because this is really, really cool. It looks awesome in there. But there's one of these places per faction. So I'm on Ebonheart Pact, and it doesn't matter. I could have done this anywhere. But basically, this location is right down here. So I'm in Stone Falls. You just take, you just go to the Ashen Road Way Shrine, take this path all the way down, and it's like just northeast of the Varanus Dolmen, right here. Now, what I did when I grabbed, I mean, I already had a ton of pumpkins in my inventory anyway. I've got 308 pumpkins, so it's not an issue, but I was able to grab a pumpkin right here as well. There's a pumpkin laying right there if you want to grab that. If you're also looking for pumpkins, if you don't have any, Stone Falls, there's a really nice place to go get them. You're going to want to go to the Way Shrine over here, the Sathern Plantation. And then this plantation right here, Sathern Plantation, there are some mobs in this area, but there's a pumpkin patch that's up here on this farm. And not every pumpkin is pickable, as some are decoration, but like for instance, like this is a decorative pumpkin. I can't grab that, but you guys saw me pick this one up earlier. It's the same sort of thing at the Sathern Plantation. So just take your horse, ride on up here, and you can grab pumpkin that way. Now guts. Guts are very easy to get. They're very, very easy to get. In fact, any small creature has a chance of dropping guts, and I don't know if I'll be able to find any, but all over the world there are little things like this. This tiny little scrib right here. See this? Alright, this guy's gonna attack me, which is fine. Let's get owned. Alright. So, I got crawlers from that. Where did that little scrib go? I think he died. But there's little critters all over the world, and basically what you gotta do is you gotta kind of just scour the ground for them. There's one right here. There's a little scorpion running around. If I kill this... Okay, he gave me crawlers, but some of them give you guts. And guts and crawlers, all that stuff, is basically it's used for fishing. Which you can do at different fishing areas around the map. But what you want to do in order to get guts, if you don't have any, is just to look around the ground for little critters and stuff. They're really common. I just found a couple up there. Those were just happened to be ones that dropped happened to drop crawlers. So there's like little mice that walk around in different zones. There's snakes, there's scorpions, there's scribs. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. That's how you get guts. So you're gonna want to find a little mob like that that's just crawling around the ground. There's one over here as well. Dropped crawlers as well. So it looks like Scribs drop crawlers, but you guys get the idea, and that's how you can get the guts. So those are covered. That's covering pumpkins and guts now. Now the next thing you need to get is what's called Essence of Death, and I got that by just going to any delve. Delves are indicated on the map by these torches. So we've got Emberflint Mine, Mephalah's Nest here. And you can go to any delve, and if you kill the world boss, or if you kill the boss in the delve, you'll get the Essence of Death. Then you bring all those ingredients back, you go into Olive's brewery, you give her the ingredients, and she will throw them all into the cauldron, and you will then get what is known as a memento. You'll get a new memento that's called the Witch Mother's Whistle, alright? So this is my character right now. There's some new items in the crown store if you're wondering how I got this owl mask. There's some new items in the crown store here. Also, I know I'm gonna get questions about this. Like, what is this thing? It's just it's Harvest Map add-on. It got updated and now it has like this little HUD thing. So anytime you pick a flower, it just puts a little marker on your map, which is kind of cool. It's like a little heads-up display type thing that's in your game now. So this is what my character looks like. Once you get the Witch Mother's Whistle, you can use this. You can quick slot it as well. Like I've got it quick slotted over here. I'll go ahead and just use this straight away from here. And this menu right here is your collections menu. You can press U to bring this up. And you're gonna want to use the Witch Mother's Whistle. And what this does is this is going to summon a bunch of crows, and then these crows are going to summon this cauldron, which is called the Witch Mother's Brew. Now if I use this, which is what you're going to want to do to continue on with what this event is, you're going to drink your brew, and you're going to be transformed into the skeleton. My food ran out, so I'm going to eat some food here. You're going to be transformed into this skeleton looking thing. Now everybody in the game right now looks like this, because what this does, it's an active effect on your body. It's the Witch Mother's Brew. It lasts for 2 hours. It says transforms you into a living skeleton and allows you to obtain plunder skulls from any delve or dungeon boss. And it increases your experience gains by 100%. So right now, through the end of this month, with the Witches Festival event, which like I said is free, you can grab the crow collar here for free. See, this guy's summoning his right now. Through the end of this month, there's double XP. So what does that mean? That means that you can take your character from 0 to 50 a whole lot faster. Or maybe you're like me and you're just finishing out your last few champion points. That's gonna happen faster because of double XP. Maybe you're trying to level up a new skill line. There's all these new weapon ultimates as well. Maybe you're trying to level this up quicker. Double XP. So that's awesome. And the cool thing about this event is this does last for 2 hours, but once it expires, you can immediately re-up it again. Now the way that this works, and the way that Plunder Skulls work, and I'll show you guys how they work in a minute, but you can only gather Plunder Skulls while you're in this form. And Plunder Skulls basically drop from any boss in the game. So a world boss, which is indicated by this logo here, this skull and swords. So if you kill a world boss and you're in this form, you're gonna get a Plunder Skull. If you kill the boss inside any delve, you're gonna get a Plunder Skull. If you kill any bosses within a normal dungeon, right? A four-man dungeon, you're gonna get Plunder Skulls. They might, I haven't tested it out yet, they might drop from the bosses that drop with the dolmen. I'm not 100% sure. You can also, I would assume, get them from trials. If you're doing trials, you can do that way. And, excuse me, I tested this on stream yesterday. The skulls do drop as well in the chests from Maelstrom Arena, both normal and veteran. So there are lots and lots and lots of ways to get skulls. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, public dungeons. Any public dungeon, which is this logo right here, there are many bosses within here, and those will drop Plunder Skulls as well. Now, one thing to note, there have been a couple times that I've defeated a boss pretty quickly after I just defeated another one, and I believe that there's a cooldown on a time limit, just a small window of time that you can't receive a Plunder Skull after you've received another one. I think that's just implemented to cut down on, like, you know, people exploiting or whatever. So last night I was with a group, we were in Volenfell dungeon, and we killed one boss. We very quickly went over and killed another boss. We got a Plunder Skull from the first boss, but the second boss we did not, because I think we killed him too quickly within that window. The following boss after that, and then the subsequent bosses throughout the rest of that dungeon, we all got Plunder Skulls from. So that's just something to note. But by and large, if you're in this form, you will get Plunder Skulls from every boss that you kill. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into just a delve, I'm gonna kill a boss, and I'm gonna show you guys what a Plunder Skull gives you, what it can give you, and some of the really amazing loot that you can get from this Witches Festival event. Alright guys, so I'm here in Sheogorath's Tongue. It's a delve in Stone Falls over here. And I'm at the area where the final boss spawns. You can see his dead body here, Dezanu. Now what you will experience probably during this update are a lot of people that are going to be in these delves just sort of waiting for these bosses to spawn. As you enter the delve, you might not get the spawn right away. This looks like a chest. So just wait. One thing you want to do if you are going to grind these skulls is you're going to want to jump from place to place. You're not going to want to sit here and wait. So here's a boss here. Let me tag him. He just respawned. We'll open his loot in a minute. But if you're gonna try and efficiently grind these in Overland and not do dungeons with some friends or something, or run through a public dungeon and just do the loops of killing the bosses, you'll probably want to like kill a delve boss, go to a world boss, kill the delve boss, then jump up and go to another delve, kill the world boss. Like, make a little path for yourself, and hopefully you'll get on a loop such that every time you come back, it's been respawned. I don't really know the timer, the respawn timer on these. I don't know how long they take usually, but I know it's not quite as efficient to just sit here and wait. Also, if you do kill you kill a delve boss, for example, and I sit here and wait, and he spawns in again, there's a good chance I'm not even gonna get any loot from him, because these bosses are on loot cooldowns as well, and that's to keep bots from even existing. They don't exist anymore, but they used to a long time ago, and that's to keep people from farming loot way too easily. So like I said, just keep moving. It's a really, you want to be efficient if you're going to be trying to farm these Plunder Skulls. Now Plunder Skulls, let's take a look. So because I'm in this form, right, I get a Plunder Skull from here. Also, we're going to get a set piece. That's how one Tamriel is working now. Every time you kill a boss, you're going to get a set piece. So let's take a look. So one of the things you can get from, there's a couple things you can get from these Plunder Skulls. Most common thing you'll probably get is a new motif. There's a brand new motif called the Hollowjack motif, and it looks amazing. In fact, what I'd like to do actually while I'm talking about this, we're just gonna go to we'll just go to a crafting station. Let me go to Mournhold, and I'll show you guys what some of these pieces look like. If you press J to open up your journal, you can go to your achievements tab like I just did there, and go down to the holiday events tab, and you will see a couple achievements for the Witches Festival event. I'll show you guys more about this in a minute, but essentially you can keep track of all of your Hollowjack motifs in that achievement list and see which ones you still need. And by opening these Plunder Skulls, you're going to have a chance at getting some of these new motif pages. If you're very, very lucky, like my friend Kib, who just started playing this game, he got the whole motif book gold. I told him to keep it, sell it later for mad gold. So you press J, you go to holiday events, and you'll see these achievements here, okay? So we've got Reaper's Harvest. That's the one you get for completing the quest. This is what you get for drinking the brew. This is, and I've learned all these, I learned all these in one day yesterday, so I got pretty lucky, but it's not very hard. People in Zone are really willing to trade pieces, motif pieces of what they need for maybe a piece that you have or something. So I've learned the whole Hollowjack motif, which is really, really cool. And then there's a Plunder Skull achievement as well. So once you get 100, you unlock this achievement. Once you collect 100 Plunder Skulls. And then the final achievement is this one here, which comes with a title called Sun's Dusk Reaper, which will be a title you can wear over your head in game, which is kind of cool. So let's take a look here at a Plunder Skull, right? What can you get from these Plunder Skulls, and why should you be farming them? Well, let's open one up here. All right, so we got a new recipe. There are a bunch of new recipes that have come with this event as well, and this one happens to be called Bowl of Peeled Eyeballs, and it's going to increase your magicka recovery and health recovery by 425 for 2 hours. But these effects are scaled based on your level. So what I did, I tested this a little bit, and I'm almost like literally just 2 champion points away from cap. And I believe these values, while they seem just sort of standard recovery values of 425, the higher level you are, the more it's gonna do for you. So that might actually be a value of like 510 or 515 recovery for each magicka and health recovery from this specific drink. In each of these Plunder Skulls, you're also gonna get like worms or guts or whatever, something nasty. And then you're gonna get this stuff called amber marble. I've seen this one is just happens to be 1. I've seen sometimes there's up to 3 in a Plunder skull. And basically these are an ingredient for crafting in the Hollowjack style. So I would definitely keep those. So Hollowjack, what does Hollowjack look like? Let's take a look real quick. So if you go ahead and create some armor, let me go all the way over here. I'll show you what the Hollowjack heavy looks like. So it's got this really like orangish glow to it with these lines and stuff. It looks really, really freaking cool. The helmet looks amazing, as you can see here. And the greaves look awesome. The shoulders look really wicked, and then the girdle looks cool as well. So then for light armor, and this is just a style for crafting, you know, a set of crafted gear or something, or a new weapon or whatever. So light armor looks really, really cool with the robe. The jerkin looks sick. You got the boots, the gloves, the hat, these breeches, the shoulders, the sash, and then for medium armor, we've got this looks pretty sick. We got some boots, bracers, the helmet, the guards, the shoulders, and the belt. So all these look really, 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 really cool. Like they just look, to me, this is one of the coolest motifs in my opinion. If you want to look at like stabs or something, we'll look at stabs or whatever. Let's see what the Hollowjack stabs look like. There's tons of motifs in the game, obviously. These stabs look really crazy. This is what the bow looks like. The shield looks like this. That looks super wicked cool. Oh man, that looks really, really sick. So, all right. So let's take a look real quick also at some other exclusive things that you can get. And I'll go over to the, whatchamacallit, provisioning station. I'll show you guys. There's a ton of new recipes, some purple recipes. There's a gold recipe. There's also 2 very, very rare items that you can get from these Plunder skulls, and they are masks. I actually have one of them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cancel out this here because I can't see my actual character when I'm like this. So you can just go over and right click the Witch's Brew. It'll take your character and bring him back here. Let's go to cooking fire. I'll show you guys. So we have like ghastly eye bowl. There's a witch mother's party punch, bowl of peeled eyeballs, the double bloody mara. This is the gold recipe. It's increased max magicka and health. And then if you're a vampire, when you drink this, it will knock you down a vampire level just by drinking this. So that's kind of cool. It's basically blood. Witch Mother's Potent Brew, magicka, health, and magicka recovery. A lot of the recipes are magicka based. These new recipes are magicka based. So it's very, very interesting. And then for the cooking side of things, we have the crisp and crunchy pumpkin snack skewer. We have the crunchy spider skewer. And the frosted brains. I think, oh no, and we have sweet sanguine apples as well as a new one. So this recipe here, this Bloody Mara is the really rare one. Now someone just in zone linked this. Another thing you can get are 2 masks. There's a pumpkin mask and there's a scarecrow mask. I'm sorry, somebody linked the scarecrow one. There was somebody linked the pumpkin one earlier. So this is a pumpkin one. Someone linked it in zone. If you get this in a Plunder skull, congratulate yourself. You can either sell it for a lot right now or you can keep it. I recommend keeping it as they look really, really awesome. But basically they're a mask that you can wear. What's up, Windows 10? And this is a very, very rare drop from Plunder skulls. So for example, I've already collected 78 Plunder skulls and I've only gotten 1 gold recipe, the Bloody Mara recipe, and then I actually got the Scarecrow mask last night. So if I go to the hats, I have the Scarecrow Spectre mask right here, which is what this looks like, which is super cool. Now last year for their holiday event, I know I said at the beginning of this video that there was a holiday, that this was the first official holiday event, and this kind of is. Last year, they did do some items in the Crown store, and 2 of those items were the Pumpkin Spectre and the Scarecrow Spectre. So this is like what the Scarecrow Spectre looked like from last year's event. So like, don't skip out on these events, you guys, because there's usually a lot of really cool, like just cosmetic items that you can get from these types of things. So if you have the game, log in, come play, do the Witches Festival event. It's really, really fun. So this was the Scarecrow one from last year. So you can see that the mask looks very similar to that, but you can see the rest of my armor. And then the Pumpkin Spectre was another cool one, and this is one of my favorite polymorphs out there. Just this glowing interior body. You cannot get those this year, but this I'm just showing you what was from last year. So I did manage to get the Scarecrow Spectre mask so far. I'm still looking, and I will still continue grinding for the pumpkin one. But that's pretty much the Witches Festival. So what it allows you to do, like I said, is we're all out here in one Tamriel. We're grinding our gear, killing bosses. Well, now you have extra incentive to do so by drinking the witch's brew, witch mother's whistle, using that, getting double XP, and that's essentially the event, you guys. And it's a lot of fun. The quest is very short, but there's a lot of cool rewards that you can get from it. If you guys have any further questions or whatever on this event, you know, you can leave a comment down below. Be happy to answer some of them. It's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of fun. But get out there, grind those Plunder skulls. Everybody's doing it right now. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I've been streaming a ton lately, especially this game. So if you want to see some more content from that, head on over to my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/chimneyswift11. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.